Alright, this is Hidden Kingdoms, Session 2, playing Pathfinder Kingmaker. So, who wants to do the recap for last session? I'm very
I get.
happy you got everyone I know everyone was like really eager to, but I'm gonna have to like calm you guys down and select Talon.
Oh boy. Um,
Thank God it wasn't me. I wasn't ready. Thought
we
with
are
me
a
being
bunch of
self-efficient.
idiots, as usual. Ran into a dead person on the road. Um, Found out they were killed by bandits. Uh, Ended up running into a guy that crapped his pants because he doesn't know how to cook. I shot a deer that turned out to be cursed. We ended up at the way station and killed some bandits. And that's pretty much everything that happened.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the finger?
Oh yes, yes. He touched the heart that was part of the curse. His finger got chopped off. The NPC did, and now he has a glowing green finger that can shoot magic out of it.
Popular with the ladies, I think.
Okay. So, two bandits were on the way running away from the battle. Uh, and then you and Nilg managed to snipe one of them. The other one is off into the distance.
Just
And
call us.
there's like a blast of some kind of force that came and killed him. And you see this guy, Nilg, and he's looking at his finger and being like, well, what would I do with this? He points to a bucket and it explodes.
Oh gosh.
Eh,
Oh! Can one of you? He raises his finger.
Careful where you point that thing.
Yeah. Um. So we probably also need to prepare for when the bandits come back eventually, don't we? So, any plans on how we're going to defend this place from more bandits since one of them got away?
Well,
Well,
we do have a couple options.
I reckon they're running back at the camp.
Sorry, what came back to the camp?
Oh, uh, nothing. I figured they have a camp somewhere, and they probably ran back to it.
Well, I guess we could. If you know, do you know where it might be?
I have no idea, he says with a 9 in deception.
I'll roll a
Let's roll
society
that
check on that.
society.
Yeah. Where's my society? My society is actually decent. Let's see what we got. Ooh, I rolled 24.
He is very obviously hiding something.
Um. Okay, well, I don't have intimidation if anyone wants to scare him. He's like,
I,
you're
I can
obviously lying.
I can give you
Aurelius
a
says.
hand as Strix starts sniffing him.
Uh,
uh,
but roll me a occult.
occult. I
Yeah,
love me some occult.
Strix.
Oh,
Yep.
Strix.
Oh man, that would have been good if I didn't roll a 3. That's a 5.
It smells like strawberries.
So if you want to use the help action, I'll try to intimidate. The help action allows you to use the aid reaction. That gives me +2
Yep.
circumstance bonus.
Yeah. But he has a very dangerous and armed goblin sniffing around him. I would
Oh,
say that counts as
oh,
aid.
apparently you also have to make the skill check for this.
That's cool.
So we both make the skill check, and if you succeed, I get a bonus. And if it's a critical success, I get a +2 bonus. Your success might be lower than mine though. It's based on the DM's discretion. So my roll was a 19.
I got a 23.
Oh, that was occultism. Wait. 23 intimidation.
Yep. And Considering he smells like strawberries, Strix would start growling. He
Alright,
does not like strawberries.
I rolled a 9, so I don't know if I got a +1 or +2 to that based on Strix's intimidation and help
You can
roll.
smell that there is a scent of strawberries coming from his finger that was once cut off.
Were you in a Are they in a strawberry farm?
What? No. Not that I would know anything about that. Says no.
Strix is going to climb up his back, stand on
He's
his
not going
shoulders.
to let you climb up.
Okay.
Grapple check or whatever it's called in this game. I'm looking
I
up grappling
don't know what
rules.
it would be.
I'm looking up grappling rules right now. Grapple is an action. Athletics against the target's fortitude DC.
Okay. I do not have great athletics.
Doesn't matter. I rolled a nat 1.
I rolled
Oh
a
man.
16.
So it sounds like you got a target's fortitude DC, so technically it's a set number for
It's a save, yeah.
So as long as it passes that character's fortitude DC.
Which is your class DC.
Oh, is that it?
Yep.
Actually, okay. So whatever his class DC is.
+3. So.
No, not the save. It'll be under the saves. It says class DC, and it should tell you what it is in their thing.
Am I rolling this or are you?
No, it's not a roll. He rolls against the
Yeah,
fortitude
it's
save.
against their DC.
Gotcha.
It's
Yeah, it doesn't
it's like a spell
specify.
save.
That
It's called a
combined.
fortitude DC or class DC.
Okay. DC is 13.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got a 16.
Cool. So yeah, you grappled him.
Yep. I'm not grappling him technically, but yeah. I climb up onto his shoulders, grab him by the hair, lean over so I am eye to eye with him, and I just whisper very quietly, I know you're Bandit. You're going to take us to them, or I'm going to have a new hat. And I thumping on the skull twice with my knuckle.
Make me a charisma save.
Save.
Uh,
Cool. I don't think there's a charisma save.
There's fortitude, reflex, and will.
You're
Okay.
thinking of will, yeah.
That's a 7.
Rip.
Okay, I'm sending you something.
Where are the saves on this sheet?
Oh. Okay.
I don't know
Oh.
nothing.
By the way, how much XP did we get for those bandits last time, Theo?
Oh, that's a good question.
We defeated 6. I think it's by defeat, not necessarily killed.
Milestone.
Yeah.
Amounts of XP.
I think. Is there milestone in Pathfinder Second Edition? There might
You
be.
can do milestone.
Okay.
Alright, fair enough.
Also, technically, since it's the second session, we should each have 2 hero points.
Oh, is that how that works?
You get 1 each session.
And what do they give you again?
I don't know. I think it's like
It's
DM
it's
inspiration.
basically inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah. You can have up to 3 at a time.
So you get one- and you get
either
one per
from
session.
sessions, or yeah, you get it at the start of the session, or
Cool.
whenever it's rewarded. There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
No worries.
We're holding on for dear life, Theo.
It's a holding pattern.
Yeah. Generally, a moderate encounter is 80 XP, but like that's just how everything's done by XP budgets based on like the level of the enemy. Is it always 100 XP to get to next level, or is it 300? I always forget.
It's like 1,000 for second level.
Second level, it's always 1,000. Well, I think it's the
No,
same
that's
every
just
level.
what the sheet says. It says 0 for one
Yeah,
to
I mean
1,000.
it doesn't have any milestone recommendations as far as I could tell.
Yeah, so you probably have to go XP wise.
Yeah, it's just, and there are explicitly XP rewards for completing certain actions.
Yeah, so it's
Um,
we probably have to go with XP. Um, yeah, an average encounter is gives 80 XP. With a party of four, which is what we have. So that means like 4 enemies at the same level as us, basically.
Let's see.
A
You
lot of
got
these
200
a lot of these
plus.
a lot of these encounters will be a little higher though, like severe.
I'm just gonna create a channel for.
Oh, actually, a creature art level is 40 XP, so I guess that's 2 creatures of the same level. This is I don't know if you've seen this chart, but let me send
I'm
it over.
surprised Kingmaker just doesn't give you the XP.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't just tell you at
Right?
the end of the encounter. But yeah,
I can't find it anywhere.
yeah, here's the table. Here's the
Do you
table for
have
it.
do you have the stat block for it? Maybe
Yeah, as
it'll
long as
give the XP in the stat block.
Yeah,
no, there's
yeah,
no
I have the creature stat block, but not the
there's no
milestone.
guys. Oh yeah, there's no XP in the stat blocks for creatures. It's all based on this table in creature XP and roll. It's based on your
Whack.
party level versus the creature's level. So like a creature the same level as the party is 40 XP always. A creature
How many
higher
people are there?
is
4 at the moment, correct?
we have sorry, how many? We have 4
Yeah,
party
4.
members.
Yes.
Four.
And
Okay.
if depending on what their level is how we adjust it. It makes it easy that we're an average size party because you don't have to do any adjustments.
Yeah, I'm also trying to calculate what the other XP you gained earlier in the session too.
Appreciate it.
So every level is exactly 1,000 experience points. There is
Yep.
no deviation, and
That-
it says Path 2E basically made it where milestone was unnecessary.
Yeah, XP is pretty it's because everything's so standardized. Everything's just based on your relative level.
You
It's kinda
have
weird the way they did
1,002 XP each.
Oh dang, so
That
we
makes
leveled up.
this level 2.
Heck yeah, so we have 2 XP.
Wait,
left
hang
over.
on. How did we get to 1,000?
Because here's why you had XP bonuses from the encounter. You also fought several bandits, and their horses were apparently counted in that encounter as well.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know
And also
why,
it's kind of
but it
mo-
is.
I mean, if you think about it, most games have your level 1 is really short going.
Yeah.
This is
So we
normal.
have how much?
Yeah, besides it,
1,002.
it expects you to be level 2 when you go into the green belt. So
So level 2 time. Quickly leveling up.
How
Luckily,
do I
Path Builder's
actually
pretty good
level
for
up?
this.
Do I just type in 2 at the level like it just let me do?
And just up everything like your feats and things to the second level.
that is
Uh,
really awkward way to explain that.
Yeah, now I'm
It
actually
is, but-
confused.
Okay, everything you do for Pathfinder
Cool.
2E to level up is through feats.
Can you please level him up?
Yeah, I gotcha. All you gotta do, buddy, is just open your character sheet, right?
Yep.
You type in your level, make
Yep, did
that,
that.
2, and then add 2 experience points.
Yep.
And then you go to your feats tab,
Yep.
and where you have empty slot, click that little hourglass next to it.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically,
Then drag it over.
after I calculated all of the fighting you did, you got to 920 XP, and I figured I did a rough calculation of the stag, and it's worth at least about 84 XP each. So
Oh, nice.
that's how I got to that.
Thank you.
It
should I take
was a very, let's just say, problematic way to get experience, but it's still XP.
Woo!
Fair.
Gotta pick a skill feat. Picked my class feat. Are any of you guys taking recognize spell? I feel like one of us should have that. That'd be handy.
Uh,
I mean, I am the wizard, so I suppose I will.
That could be handy. It'd be nice to know what's being shot at us.
Now,
That would be nice.
while you guys are doing that, I need whoever would like to. I need you guys to roll me a DC 15 knowledge local check.
Knowledge,
Determine-
what check?
Local,
Local.
yeah.
Uh,
Sort of discerns. I don't know. I don't know if that's a.
it's probably a lore check of the local
I
area.
think that would be society or
Oh,
lore.
probably society.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah, society then.
okay. I'm gonna do read psychometric resonance is what I'm gonna do for my skill feat. Anyway,
I wish I
I
had
have
known you
good.
were level 1 yet, but I could just told you and you could have this shit done with already. But
Yeah, no, you're
Yeah.
good. I meant to say at the end of session. I think I even did, but then I was muted, so and then I forgot.
Ouch.
Okay, I got a 19 on my society check.
okay. While you guys are getting your charter, you notice there are at least 3 somewhat distinguished groups being sent out before you.
Oh.
There are 3 other parties exploring within certain areas of this land, you could say, the stolen land. They each have their own charted lands they're allowed to explore and to charter and to exploit, etc.
Are we competing against them, or they have
They
like
have their
lands
own
near us?
designated areas.
Oh, okay, so it's not the same area. Okay.
Correct.
But if their charter would have happened to fall into our hands,
It
we
would be
can't-
helpful.
Yeah.
If they sign the back,
If we could forge their signature, got it. I hear you loud and clear.
I don't know about that one.
dude, Aurelia is very, very not chill. She's like,
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
she's a
cut down the competition.
She's a monster hunter who does credit card scams. What can I say?
That is
Um,
appropriate, I suppose.
Okay, level 2. I have 3 first level spells. Lit.
Oh shit, I forgot about spells. I think that's the only thing I haven't done yet.
So anyway, we'll
Alright.
go back to the goblin. Suddenly you notice the goblin blinks about 3 or 4 times and shakes his head. Strix.
Yup.
Suddenly you feel an overwhelming loyalty towards this person.
Yeah.
What?
I
Is that
failed my
magic
save.
being casted?
Roll the appropriate check. That would be what, Arcana?
Well, he just took a skill feat that lets him identify spells being cast. It's a reaction to a spell being
It's
casted.
not necessarily a spell.
Okay.
It is definitely a
Uh,
magical effect, but I don't know if I would classify it as a spell. More like an innate magic ability.
Then yeah, that's probably just normal Arcana, I assume.
Just there you go. That's how the spell works.
Oh, I forget you're in fucking Foundry. I was like, I feel like I didn't have something up I should have.
Yeah, we're in Foundry.
Yeah, Foundry. You know, the thing that I made specifically for Pathfinder. that I'm paying
Yeah,
for?
I know. It's so much work.
You say it's so much work, but it would be a lot more work if you didn't use it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty dang good.
Okay. Are you trained in occultism,
Occultism?
Arlo?
You bet your bottom dollar I am.
Okay. I'll give you advantage then.
Nice. Keep higher.
You
Roll
don't
that
know how
plus
he
8,
did it.
baby. 17.
You know, technically, they even told me I rolled the check. By the way.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, but it's
Well.
fine. We roll the same. You can't tell what necessarily how he did it. You can tell immediately now. Strix is like kind of looking at him and as he's opening his mouth to try to defend Nilk, you can tell he's charmed.
He's charmed.
Yep.
eh.
So if he takes damage, that usually undoes the spell. I'm pretty sure. I'm not, at least in 5e. Does that work? Is that how that works in Pathfinder? Can I slap him in the face to uncharm him?
That's
Is
a
that
good
does
fucking
that does
question,
that
actually.
that works in 5e? I don't know if it works in Pathfinder.
Trying to figure out the charmed condition.
Yeah, but in the meantime, Aurelia's gonna say, "Look, we don't care how you know. We just want to know where the bandits are. Can you just tell us where their camp is?" To the guy.
I'm not
I
a
forget
bandit,
his name.
he says.
I'm not implying you are. But you seem to know where the bandits are, and that's all I need to know. I don't care how you know.
See, now I have a goblin friend, and he's got a gun. So me and my goblin friend are gonna leave. Right, goblin friend? Does that seem reasonable to you, goblin friend?
Sure.
Wait, whoa. Arlo at the very bottom has just kind of been like tranced out of his mind seeing all of this stuff happen because he's still like, I guess, grieving the fact that he just killed someone. And hearing all of this is like, "Wha- hold on, are you actually just going to leave us like this?
I thought Arlo knows he was charmed.
I know, he's still going to say it like that.
Okay.
He knows he's charmed, that's why he's saying it like that.
I mean, I'm working for you guys. I'm working for him. I mean, I'm a goblin. Life is confusing. At least I'm not getting stepped on all the time.
Yeah, so if we just leave, I won't have to kill the woman.
What woman?
He points to the wife.
Oh, Jesus. Man, what? Whoa. Why? Let's be cool. I don't even know why you're threatening us in the first place.
He looks at the goblin. He looks at you, and he just has this look on his face of really.
Yeah, none of us did that. That was just the goblin. It seems like you already dealt with him.
Diplomacy.
Let's see what we got. Diplomacy. Flat rolls. Let's go 12.
What did you get?
I said 12.
Oh, that I didn't hear that. Sorry, I was waiting
Oh,
for you
no worries.
politely. Well, that is a very persuasive argument, given that I rolled a 5. But even with my circumstance bonus of +2 because he cut off my goddamn finger, I still believe you.
Yeah, all we want to know is where the bandits are. We don't care how you know.
Yeah, I know you want to know that, and I believe that you want to know that, but look, you're in the forest about a mile that way.
About a
day's
mile
ride.
that way, he said. Over a day's ride.
Yes.
Okay.
He's giving you a very
General.
generalistic, they're that away kind of information.
It's still something. Well,
Now,
thanks for help.
can you
Thanks for helping.
turn this off?
Turn what off? Is he talking about
He's pointing
the
at the
goblin?
wall,
the wall?
and his finger explodes. Energy.
Jesus.
Every time
Oh,
I
I
point
thought-
at something, this could be problematic. I'm a pointer. I like pointing at things.
Let's see. Do I have any? I don't know if I have any way to disperse magic. How about the wizard? Wizard, you got something for getting rid of magic?
I don't think I have anything ready.
So
at the
did any
moment.
of us actually read the message on the heart? Hint, hint, Lord Umps.
I mean, I spent time on it. I just don't. I'm currently reading through all of my level up stuff because I also get 2 spells,
Oh, nice.
as well as giving more abilities to my familiar.
CP rest. Wait, what does that have to do with the finger pointing?
That has a lot to do with the finger pointing.
Cursed by fate, vengeful bear. I'm still not seeing it. Oh, did he start getting this after he touched like the heart?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, I got this after. Look, someone asked very politely, "Would you like your finger back?" And I said yes. And now this
Oh.
happened.
Where did that happen?
I was kind of sleeping.
Told it. They said they did it for you in your dreams.
Well, a little personal, but yes. Now think about it. I don't know why she was there. Kind of this older woman. Seemed kind of nice. She even called me dearie.
Hmm. Sounds like some sort of, well, based on what we've gathered,
Occultism.
yeah, I'm about to say I'm trying not to cheat, but I'm trying to remember what we've learned so far. This will help. Although I only rolled a 10. Oh, I rolled a 10 actually. Oh man, I have a good bonus in occultism.
I'm real honest. My brain is not working very well. So as of current, I'm just talking or walking along in PC. That's not really doing shit.
Yeah, you're good.
You're good, man.
Sorry about it.
I mean, you can go to bed if you want, man. That's fine.
No, this is easier because I'll have to listen to it later, anyways.
Okay. So, what was your total roll?
10.
Sounds like some tricky business is going up. You don't know exactly what could have done this. What about you,
Okay.
Arlo?
Wait, what am I rolling?
Occultism.
That number, 25.
This sounds like he made a deal with some kind of fae. And it sounds kind of haggy.
Ooh, great. First the heart, now we have a hag.
Oh boy, a hag? Well, a hag might be a little beyond our capabilities at the moment, but the hag's magic is notoriously very hard to undo. You're gonna probably need to go find a cleric in the city.
Cleric?
Yep.
Are you one of them clerics?
Nope.
Oh. He looks at the goblin. Are you one of them clerics?
I go boom.
Ah. Wow. This is rather unfortunate. You know, all she wanted was my finger, and she said she'd give me another finger.
I mean, it looks like you got what you asked for.
It sounds like classic hag.
Yeah.
You might, yeah. Outside of finding some sort of powerful healer, I think you're unfortunately stuck with this. Or I've heard sometimes if you manage to kill the hag, you can undo it too, but that could just be hearsay.
She was a hag. She was just a nice old lady.
That's what they tend to look like.
Wait a minute. How many hags have I known in my life?
Probably a lot.
I didn't know women turned into a hag when they got old. He is not a very smart person. All right, so the charm fades off, Mr. Goblin. Kind of blink, and you're like, wait a minute, this guy isn't a friend. He's kind of an asshole.
Unfortunately, because of Goblin society, that makes him a friend.
Because he asserted dominance over you?
Yep.
Okay.
Good to know that Strix is a sub.
He's not. It's just goblins are used to following the hobgoblins, who will kill them if they don't.
So all goblins are subs. Got it.
I'm thinking of that Men in Black meme right now.
Yep.
All right, so he says, "Okay, well, I suppose I should probably get this removed."
I'll delete it before it gives you issues, Theo.
Hmm?
I put the meme in chat and then I deleted it because it's a flashing light.
No worries. I don't have I have gifts where they don't play unless I hover them.
Okay.
Not really a problem. All right, I'm trying to find where in the documents. Okay, maybe over here. Haha. All right, so what do you guys do?
I think first things first is we gotta get some sleep after that last fight. Recover, and then maybe we can head out and see if we can meet the
It's
bandits.
early in the morning.
Did I stutter? I'm just kidding. But yeah, I still think we need to take a long rest regardless. Also, wait, we didn't arrive in the morning. We arrived at night, didn't we?
Yes.
We slept.
You
Yeah.
slept and you fought them in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like 6 a.m.
So who would like to roll to loot?
Oh, we get the roll to loot?
Yes.
Oh.
Is there an investigation roll in
No, it's
There is-
basically just perception.
Yeah.
Okay.
Investigators are very good at finding things, though.
Very, very good.
Man, I cannot decide what to give for the second spell. Is Grease as good as it was in Pathfinder 1?
No clue, but I did add it.
Oh.
Okay, so for sense motive, I have to roll against the deception DC. Okay. It's very unusual, but that's how it is. Okay, so
Yep.
what did you guys roll for perception?
Are we all individually rolling?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
I got an 11.
I got a nut 20 BB!
Nice.
24 total.
Okay. So so you're looting like the bit like what appeared to be the guy who was giving the orders, right? Here's what you found on him. Write this down. A couple of glass vials that appear to have a reddish liquid in them, like a red amber.
bookkeeping. Okay, so reddish, amber, glass vials.
Yep. A set of leather armor,
Okay.
1 dagger, a longbow, 20 arrows, 2 days of rations, and a silver amulet of a stag that appears to be worth about 20 gold pieces.
Okay.
He also has what appears to be, since you found it, at the bottom of his boot has a false bottom. He has a small pouch of 35 gold pieces.
Hell yeah. 35 gold pieces. All right. Sounds like we're off to a pretty good start as far as loot goes.
Yeet.
Um, still,
Everyone
uh,
else takes their time to search. It takes about the afternoon to search all the bodies. You find, see how many dead goblins? How many not goblins? How many dead bandits are there? There was like 3.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
Because one got away.
So here's what you find on all of them. All right, so you find all of them had leather armor, longbows with arrows, a short sword, some rations, and 10 gold pieces each. So that's the total you got is 3 armor, 3 longbows, 60 arrows, 2 short swords, almost a week's worth of rations, and 30 gold pieces.
so my character not particularly needing any of this stuff. And assuming the rest of the party doesn't need them, so asks, I forget the trader's name off the top of my head, but hey,
Oleg.
would you, Oleg, would you like to buy some of the stuff off us?
Well, normally I'd do a whole lot of negotiating and whatnot, but given that you helped us out, I'll buy my cost.
Ah, much appreciated.
Yeet.
So we can figure that out later, I guess, how much all this stuff's worth.
Yeah.
But yeah. Aurelia goes. I was like, all right, sounds great. Time to go take a day nap. I
Leather
use my one
armors
spell for
are
use my one spell
armors,
for the day,
2 gold
so I'm
pieces.
tired.
Harlow just like, are you sure that's a good idea?
We're not in that much of a rush. We already saved Oleg. We can deal with the bandits tomorrow.
Yep. Sleep. Also, apparently goblins in this are like cats. They will curl up and sleep whenever they feel like it.
Nice.
Armors for 2 GP, longbows are 6. And the short swords are 9 GP. So that's what he'll pay for them.
Okay. We'll do the math for that a little later.
I mean,
Yep.
are you selling all of it, or are you keeping some?
Yeah,
Of it?
I think we're selling all of it. I don't think any
Sell
of us
all
use
of
any
it.
of
We
this
don't
stuff.
really need it.
What about you,
I can't
Arlo?
use
Does a
any of
wizard
it.
want a longbow?
I can't use a longbow. If it was a crossbow, that's a different story.
There's a small hand crossbow.
If there's a small hand crossbow, how many bolts?
7.
7. Arlo will take it.
There you go. HEB for the armor, 24 for the bows, 27 for swords.
Okay.
All right, now we add it all together and split the gold.
Unless you just want Aurelia to keep holding everything. Depends on if I'm good at splitting it though. If you guys would rather do that.
Yeah, as long as we know how much we each get, I'm fine with whoever's bigger holding it. Because
it does have
literally,
a
I
weight in
have
this
a
game.
if it doesn't have a bulk in it, then yeah, there's no problem with that.
Yeah, it has a slight bulk. It's not a lot, but it might add up eventually.
Yeah, I have a max bulk of like 10, and just my gear has already got me at like 6 bulk.
There you go. Grand total after that fight, if you sell everything, it's 124 gold pieces.
Okay,
Great.
I'll just add that to Aurelia just so for simplicity's sake.
Yep.
Because gold has small bulk. I think it's like it might only be like every like couple hundred gold pieces has a weight or something. I forget what it is, but something like that.
All right.
All right.
What do you guys do?
Long rest.
So you're gonna spend the whole day just resting?
Unless we have some sort of specific reason to hurry up, I don't think we do. So I think we're straight chilling.
Is that you from a player being like, I'm out of resources, please let me replenish?
I think she's very tired after a hard fight, and
That
her
is a
brain is
yes.
very exhausted.
Okay.
I'm using her one spell of the day.
All right. She also, when you guys wake up, he's gonna offer you room and board. You guys wake up to a nice meal. He's also going to have a teeny tiny chest available for you guys. That he'll keep in a secure room if you want to store stuff there.
Cool.
He's going to give you guys 50 gold pieces, as well as 3 vials.
I assume that's total for like the whole party rather than just each. Or is he giving 50 each?
50 total.
Okay. I'll just add it to Aurelia then. So we have 176 gold so far on Aurelia.
Nice.
It's a potion. There's 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds, and a potion of
Oh.
Shield of Faith +2.
Nice.
2 potions of Cure Light Wounds. And what was the other potion?
A potion of Shield of Faith +2.
Shield of Faith +2. Okay. Nice. All right. Um. So I'm feeling like. Okay. I feel like Aurelia should probably have one of these potions of Cure Light Wounds since we don't really have a healer and she's in the front lines. But then maybe someone else should have one, just as a backup.
I don't need one per se, considering I'm usually
Out of the back lines.
long range. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I also need someone to basically hold it and heal Aurelia if she goes down, because we don't have a healer.
I can be our heal bot.
Okay, we're loading you up with potions then. Here, so you have one potion of Cure Light Wounds on you. I'll add one to Aurelia.
There's a feat that I could have taken that made it so that I could.
Yeah, there's some medicine feats too if you guys can help with healing.
Okay.
Yeah, I might do that later. I'm trying to still figure out the
There-
crafting thing because I'm supposed to craft ammo and stuff daily.
There's a witch feat that I can take that allows me to learn like a healing spell.
Oh, that would be very helpful. Yeah. So can we? So are we good with taking a rest?
No, that's fine.
Cool. Alrighty. So we've all rested up. I guess it's nighttime now since we rested during the day. If you want to do it that way. And I guess I'm good to set out. In the general direction of the camp, if you guys are.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are now rested and early, and it's super early in the morning. It's probably about like 7 a.m. You know,
Okay.
you hear some whippoorwills out there, whatnot. And can everyone roll me a perception check as they start to set up?
Okay. 13.
There you go. I just
Not
linked it.
one. Technically a 7, but that's a nat 1.
10.
Why are we rolling
trying-
perception checks?
Hold on
We
one
don't know
second.
yet.
I'm trying to find trying to find the wonder if this is it. Oh, this will fucking work, I guess. Oh, this is perfect. So, here, I will actually put this in bookkeeping and I will pin it. This is the map of the area you're going to explore.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Where is Oleg's trading
So yes, it is in fact a hex crawl.
post? Nice. Oh, there it is. In the top middle.
Yes. Yep.
Woo!
So we came along that dotted road.
Yep.
Cool. And he pointed directly down into the woods, basically.
Yeah, kind of like southish.
Okay. All right. I'm
And
down.
what I will do is I will open up a version of this. I will keep as a backup, and then edit one that will be as you explore.
Nice.
This could even make a good like thumbnail actually.
Oh yeah, good.
Okay, so I do have an idea on how we could find him a little easier in the area. I can use occultism checks to read for emotions in an area as an exploration action. With psychometric resonance, and I'm thinking about searching for the feelings of revelry as a bandit feeling success in the past. Because you feel it on the objects like of
You'll have to
past
send me exactly what
instances.
you're doing, the ability,
Oh
because
yeah.
I
sure.
don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I'm very
Yeah, let me
particular.
send it.
I could also do some old-fashioned tracking survival, following the hoof prints.
Oh, yeah, that's true too. I was just thinking if we wanted to get us more like close to the actual when we're close to the actual camp is what I was more
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, no,
I just put it in media because I didn't know where else to put it. But this is psychometric resonance feat.
Okay.
There's a couple exploration actions.
Left
and
on
this is one of
objects for
them.
the previous owners.
Yes. So if we find any,
But you sold everything that you took from them.
I still have
actually,
the crossbow.
come to think of this, come to think of it, this would not be helpful because I didn't realize it had to be owners. Because I was thinking about like touching trees and shit, but there's no owners. Of,
Yeah,
trees
sorry,
or
that's more
anything.
like druid shit than it is psychic
Yeah,
shit.
you're right.
yeah, no.
I still have the crossbow.
He does have the crossbow.
But that'll just tell me the emotions they had with that item. That doesn't really tell me much else. I was gonna use this as a pinpointing thing. That would just tell me what the person using it felt.
Looks like we'll use the old-fashioned survival tracking then.
I think so. This would probably be more detective work thing, like if I was looking over a house and I wanted to like find where the murder happened or something.
So, what direction did that
That's
did
south.
the
Into the
Warlock
woods.
AI give us?
Yeah, south.
South end of the woods. And considering there haven't been any travelers through the way, Strix is just going to start following the hoof prints. I got a
Survival.
15 on my. I got a 15.
Not bad. Not bad. Alright, let me pull up this section. Okay, so there's actual specific rules for this. Hold on, let me go check. Ironically, I stopped reading about the time I got to that part. So in order to cross a single hex, it takes about anywhere from 12 to 16 hours. And it takes
Oh,
longer to
okay.
fully explore that hex.
Okay. Sounds good. So
Wow.
we'll get some long rests along the way, and that's when we start using our rations, basically.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention, pretty much all of this entire area, there are the quote-unquote maps that have been drawn, but they're very poor. Um, in addition to that, there are no real tracks to follow, like as in like major trails. You may find like game trails, or occasionally you may find like tracks that are by one person every now and then. But in order to follow something like that over a large period of time, would be very difficult. Even if like someone's rushing, just because it's so easy to miss things like that.
Right.
Okay.
Mainly this is just trying to get the initial trail of the hoof tracks and get a bearing to start walking in.
Yeah. So you find like where they broke some twigs, some things like that. So you can kind of head in like a south direction, and you kind of pick up how it seems like they go from game trail to game trail.
Oh, so we do find the trail?
You find a trail, yes.
Oh, a trail. Okay. I guess we follow it then.
Yep.
Pull up to the fucking. Hey, how it like empties out the fucking PDF. I wish I had the physical book for this. It'd be a lot fucking easier. All right. Okay. So, you guys are looking out. You notice that something is relatively unusual here. You're heading south, and you get into what appears to be the edge of a forest. It takes several hours really, um, to really make any good pace. But fortunately, like this area is mostly plains until you get to like the edge of a forest, where there were patches of forest here and there, but now you're getting to where it appears to be the thick of an actual. We're talking good, God's to honest, untamed wilderness.
Okay. So I'm assuming we have to make like another check or something to see if we can pinpoint where the trail's in this hex, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
You could basically follow it up into the edge of the forest, but then the tracks kind of are like vanishing, and there's like what appears to be some heavy movement. But from then on, it's very difficult to tell because it goes in what appears to be several directions.
Okay.
Okay.
Aurelia
Um,
nods as she's hearing this, I assume, from the goblin, and says, "All right, Gabi, where are we going?"
Okay, hold on. I'm going to climb. He looks around, trying to find the tallest tree he can see.
You guys want me to stream like this paint document kind of represent where you are?
Yeah, sure.
That sounds good.
Here we go. So you guys are about. Let me go ahead and just go red. Are about right here,
Okay.
Okay.
and the trail was like roughly like this, coming all the way down.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, since we're starting to get into the wooded areas, I would climb the biggest tree that is the closest to us that's not going to take like 4 hours to get to.
Okay.
And I am literally climbing to the top of the tree.
Do you have proficiency in that? Like whatever.
I do.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna make it roll. Then it's not a very difficult tree. You get up about 10 to 20, and you notice that about 10 to 20 feet in the air. And this is like, you're noticing that there's a lot deeper, a lot thicker trees that come along the edge. Um, and so what you find though is that the trails are going in about, and they start to converge, going in multiple directions, and they split even more. There's at least 4 to 5 directions that these are going.
That makes perfect sense, actually, if you're not wanting to get found out and tracked. While I am at the top of the tree, I am going to look for smoke on the horizon.
You don't see anything.
Nothing. Okay.
Yep.
What
Something
about the
was seemingly
bandits are a little more
unusual about the
cocky?
tracks, but you couldn't quite put your finger on it.
Aurelia calls out, "Gabi, where are we going?"
No clue. It's confusing. Too many tracks.
But that's why we have you.
Okay. I'm here if you need something to go boom.
This is the other reason.
So he would slide down the tree, his tail grabbing branch to branch every now and again so he can just swing from branch to branch to make a softer landing.
All right, Gabi, just choose one of them and we'll just go after it, I guess. I don't know if we
Right.
don't know which one to go after.
So there's this trail going this way, and he points kind of northeast-ish, going circular and squiggly, and then there's one going this way, and it's southwest going. He basically points out the different converging trails. He's like, it's really confusing to pick one, and I think if we're going in the right direction, and he kind of just as pure luck guess points kind of southwest.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good to me. Let's just try it. Unless anyone's got a better idea.
I will say, having rolled again for you as a passive, you noticed that kind of relatively deep. It seemed like it was getting very thick, and then in a certain direction, one of the trails kind of headed towards what appears to be where they're starting to thin out. Maybe there's a clearing there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like actually close by.
Yeah, we
I
would
mean,
head for that one.
it'll take a couple hours to walk that.
Oh, okay. So he saw this on the tree, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna tell us about this clearing.
Yeah, he would give the information about the clearing and how along with how the paths diverge, but one is basically leading in that direction.
Well, that sounds pretty promising. Let's try it out. And I guess we go down that trail.
Okay, it takes you quite a bit to get there. Give me 1 second while I pull up. There it is. Okay. you notice there is some unusual marks on the trees as you follow this particular trail. The trail gets much more wide and pronounced as if something was mowing through this place. The underbrush is pretty much very, very thin now, and you notice there's some very like what appears to be like pieces of bark and large swaths are missing from different trees.
Ooh. We lost Burnos.
He returns.
Hey, sorry about that.
No problem. Did you hear what I said?
Not 100%. Like I think my graphics driver decided to update mid gameplay for some reason.
Killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. So basically, you guys are heading along a trail, and you see how like the bushes and everything are starting to become a bit more spacious, as in this
Okay.
trail is starting to widen quite a bit, as if it's like it's something that becomes more than a game trail. On top of that, you're noticing something kind of strange. The underbrush, like where there's lots of like leaves and detritus, things like that, pretty much like swept clean. As if someone came in here with a broom and started sweeping away. In
Oh boy,
addition to
someone
that,
invented a bulldozer.
along the trees, you notice how like large swaths of them are missing bark on their lower half.
Humanity has gone too far.
This would not be humanity.
I would say that out of character, but fair. Yeah, that's looking well. Let me look at what Aurelia's skills are again. She's going to try to recall if there's any monstrosities, like occult monstrosities that she knows of that might have caused such a thing. If that's okay with you, Theo.
Hold on. So, what's the equivalent for nature in Pathfinder?
Oh, there is a nature
Nature.
check. So like
There
that
is?
yeah, that's
Okay.
why I was saying is she's recalling what she knows about occult things, but if she doesn't, she's not even thinking about like animals. You could just say she immediately fails if she can't think of
Yes.
anything. Okay,
I have a flat roll for nature. I can go ahead and give it a try.
that sounds. I mean, that's all I have too. Go for it. Oh, I'll give you a help action.
Are you proficient?
Ah,
Can you do that without being
No.
proficient?
Oh, you might. Do you need? I don't. Well, let me see. Aid action. That's a good question. An ally is about to use an action that requires a skill check or attack roll. Requirements: ally is willing to accept your aid, and you have prepared to help. I can prepare to help. So I think the only thing I have to do is prepare to help, and then I make a. Oh, the DC's
I mean, you rolled
typically.
your own roll, so
yeah.
Oh yeah, the DC is generally 20 apparently for me to get to successfully help him.
Basically, we don't know Jack. Although out of character, I'm thinking we're on a bear trail.
Arlo, would you like to take a guess?
Where bears?
Why
The
would I be
Aurelia, yeah.
guessing?
Roll me a nature check. Knowledge, nature.
15.
Or survival. I guess you could do survival here too. Sorry, I'll give you guys a choice.
Same bonus. Same bonus.
Oh boy,
Okay.
Path Builder just went down. Well, that sucks.
What did you
Dang.
get? 15. This appears to be something rather large is marking its territory.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears to be relatively recent.
So this is probably not the bandits we're looking for.
You've heard of such
If-
creatures that could do this. You have a couple guesses, but either some kind of like possibly giant mutated boar, or something else less pleasant.
Wereboars. I knew it.
It's that damn druid cult back at it again.
Yep.
Yep.
I will send
Oh.
you your private suspicion of what this might be.
Bro, Arlo doesn't know shit.
You got the best roll out of all of us.
He still has no reason to know what the fuck it was.
Ugh, why does Pathbuilder have to go
Barely
to
succeeded. So you get like some information, not all the information, just like some good guesses. Okay, I DM'd it to you on Discord, by the way.
I did see it.
Is Arlo going to share
And
or be like,
I refuse to acknowledge it.
what?
Short.
Would anyone like to roll me a perception check to see if they could, like look for any further clues? If you see it in perception, I might give you another chance.
Sure.
Arlo is going to say, I think we need to be getting out of here.
21 for perception.
Something tells me there'll be our bears here.
There's a teeny
Oh,
tiny
no.
bit of white
Oh.
fuzz, sticking out one of the bark.
Oh no. Oh
It's like
no,
a tiny feather.
Strix is going to climb up Aurelia and like, yeah, horse, yeah.
All right, let's get let's get out of here. Aurelio starts walking away. Let's go find that divergent trail path again.
I am in no mood to be Albert snack.
All right, so I guess we head back and thankfully don't run into an owlbear. One would hope.
Yeah.
One would hope.
All right, we'll go
So
back and take
as you
one of the other
guys,
paths.
do you guys walk backwards or forwards?
Forwards?
'Kay.
Just turn around and go. Not letting something come up quickly.
In the distance, you hear something very like it sounded like a very large eagle.
Oh
Eagle.
no.
Oh
Like a
wait.
very large screech.
Oh boy. That might be the owl part of the bear.
Oh no.
Well, I got a perception 10 if that matters for listening. Let's see. All right. Aurelia's gonna look over her shoulder, make sure nothing's like directly behind us in the clearing.
You start hearing some very loud noises, like something very big is starting to trot.
Both
Climb
as
for
in-
your life.
as in is coming towards us. Oh boy.
As in towards the neighborhood.
Oh boy. All right. Yep.
Three
might
or
be
four
time.
boars start running kind of towards you, but they don't seem to care about you. They run past you.
Oh boy. All right. Yep. Time to climb some trees. So Aurelia's gonna start climbing trees. Is there a climb action? Is that how this works?
I think it's athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah, I'm double checking this.
There is a particularly tall tree up along the top of the trail. You can make
Let's
it
make
there
it-
relatively quickly.
Yep.
Okay, we will do that then. Yep, it's an athletics check. Let's do it. I gotta work in my phone. It's just not working in the web version. Let's see. Where are my stats though? On here, skills.
So yeah, I get because I chose tailed goblin. I get a +2 circumstance bonus to athletics checks for climbing.
Oh,
Okay,
I need to
DC of 8, roll it. Anyone that tries to climb.
Okay, I do something real quick.
It's being slow. Give me a minute.
Skills, athletics. Woohoo! 17. All right.
Up you
Almost
go.
got a crit.
Arlo, you climbing?
25.
Arlo is gonna fucking duck. You look at his tiny little thin ass arms and tell me he can climb a tree. No, he's gonna duck down under a tree, find a bush.
Oh boy.
Oh.
No.
How
Aurelia
much
grabbed.
does Arlo
Okay,
weigh?
I'm about to say Aurelia's gonna grab him.
You can like lean down on one of the branches and put out your arm. Arlo,
This
make me
Arlo's
the
in a
athletic to
fucking
try to
bush.
like hop up so you can grab her arm.
Arlo is terrified. He's in a fucking bush.
He's not letting.
He's not getting in a tree.
He's not
He's in a
letting Aurelia
bush.
carry him up. Okay.
All right, roll
Well,
stealth,
no,
Arlo.
He doesn't notice. Guess what?
Okay.
17, bitch.
Oh, it's not bad.
Okay. I need everyone to make me a will save.
Will save. Oh boy.
A will save. Yep. Arlo is going to do so without advantage. You two are in a tree, so you have advantage.
18. I have a
22.
+8 to will saves.
Man, how do you have such a high? Oh, did you have wisdom bonus?
I rolled a nat 1 and a nat 2.
I am
Oof.
simply a wizard.
Oh, I forgot we had
Will
advantage.
is in the name.
Ah.
So
Oh,
I have
the
been
DC is
sponsored by the
20.
Shadow.
22. Yay.
Nobody
So,
passed except for one person.
You, Arlo, are frightened too. You're gripped by fear and struggle to control your nerves.
He already was. You don't need a
Now,
condition to
you
tell me
got a
that.
critical failure, Strix. You are frightened
Yup.
3 and you're fleeing for 6 seconds. You fly up the tree
Yeah, I fly up the tree.
as an owlbear comes out of the area chasing a wild pig. And not
Oh, boy.
20 feet from you, lands on it in a huge smash and starts gutting it.
Oh boy.
Arlo
Okay.
starts to cartoonishly shiver.
Oh, man.
He never. He doesn't start. He has been.
Yeah, what's the fear? Fear condition. Pathfinder 2E. I'm just curious. Does it give you like disadvantage or like a negative to skill checks or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Frightened. Oh, here it is. Status penalty equal to the number. Okay. So on
Well, I have
Strangely,
frightened
this
too or something?
owlbear is not brown. It is
Oh, no.
purest white.
white. Oh, it's an albino owlbear. That's cool.
And it is currently chowing down on the pig. And it kind of like raises its head and twists a little bit.
As in, it looks at
Oh,
us on the
no.
tree.
And it's looking up, and it's like seems to be sniffing the air.
Oh.
Shit, that's verbal. Why do all of these have a verbal component? What the fuck?
Just do so while being very whispering. Okay.
Well, at least you could be restrained while casting them.
You are so fucking lucky. What did you
It
get
didn't
for
get-
your hiding? I rolled a 17 perception.
What was your stealth?
17.
Oh,
I pass.
unless you're counting the frightened defect, and that goes -2.
No, my stealth came before it.
Oh, I guess that's true.
So it's going to kind of move its head, and it's kind of like moving the corpse a little bit down the hill, and then suddenly it twists its head around, it squints, and then does another twist. You know, like a bird does, looking at something, staring at a bush, and it starts to get on low and starts to walk towards the bush.
Not the one that Arlo's in though.
The one Arlo is in.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
And
Um,
it starts to sniff,
Um,
and it opens
Aurelia.
its mouth.
Aurelia screams from the top at it from the like in a roar from the top of the tree.
Are you sure?
I'm hoping it can't.
Bro, Arlo is fine. He passed the check.
But Aurelia doesn't know this.
So it opens its mouth,
I
and it
What?
grabs a berry out of the bush.
okay.
Oh my god.
And then Aurelia screeches, and it gets taken aback. And it looks up, and it screeches again. And so it starts to go to the base of the tree, and starts to claw the tree. And starts to shake the tree. Both of you roll me a dexterity save. Strix with advantage because he's so high up.
Yep.
Wouldn't that be harder technically? Because it wouldn't it wobble more at the top.
He has a tail. It
Oh,
is
well,
wrapped around the base of the tree.
Well, that a tail is something.
He
Goblins
is
have tails,
made
right?
for this.
Yeah,
I-
literally, there are goblins that are descended from monkeys. And
Oh,
I got a 26.
I got 15.
Aurelia, your grip starts to weaken from the
boy.
incredible force, and you fall down a lower branch.
Oh boy.
Oh god, I'm gonna do something stupid.
What?
Hold it. Does it have to speak my language? Okay, I'm going to use my feat Bon Mot.
What does that one do?
You launch an insightful quip at a foe, distracting them. Choose a foe within 30 feet and roll a diplomacy check against the target's will DC. Basically, it's vicious mockery.
Oh, there's a feat for that? That's cool.
Yep. So I'm going to look at this owlbear and say, "You would have looked better as a feather duster."
All right, I'm
That's
giving you advantage for that. You needed that advantage. He rolled a 16.
I got a 19.
Oh, is
Nice.
it not? Is it roll against with a?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's roll it. I have to roll my diplomacy check against their will save.
Ah.
Okay, what happens if he fails?
So if they fail, so critical success, target is distracted. Success, target is distracted. Critical failure, So it did technically, I succeeded, but I didn't critical succeed. So it takes a -2 penalty to perception and will saves for 1 minute.
It squints, and now it's currently trying to shake the tree some more.
It's angry. I don't know if that's helping Strix.
It tries to
I don't
reach
know.
up, and it can't quite swipe at you, Aurelia. You're like probably half a foot away.
Oh, Aurelia's gonna try to climb up the tree again.
As
I
you
go
get
there.
up to tree, it jumps and swats and knocks down the branch you were sitting on.
Oh boy. Do I have to make another athletics check to get further up?
No, you got it from your previous check.
Okay.
You hear something in the distance, sounding like a large bear, angry and mad. It starts to howl,
Oh no.
and then the creature tilts its head and kind of stops shaking the tree, and her foot stops kind of almost inside the bush, a foot, like not even a hair's breadth away from Arlo's face. And it kind of
It's
like tilts its head down the hill.
The owl bear when the bear owl enters the arena.
Jesus Christ. Why you did this to me?
Just
Would
imagine the John Cena meme now.
both of you roll me perception checks.
Okay, let's see.
For purposes of Nibbler, he's currently inside Aurelia's pocket.
24.
I always forget where perception check is on the app version of this. I think I had a +3, so I can just roll a real dice. 7.
There is what appears to be a bear that's almost visible. It's strange. It looks like almost a slight shimmer. And the owl bear sees it and starts to pounce down, chasing after it.
Oh. So, and does the rest of the forest go calm around us then?
I mean, there's a slightly twitching dead pig, but yeah.
Nice. All right.
By the
So-
way, a bit of pig viscera landed right next to Arlo's foot.
So are Arlo and Strix still frightened?
Not anymore. The conditions passed.
He passes out.
So Aurelia's gonna climb down the tree. See Arlo's asleep, pick him up like a small child, and be like, "All right, Strix, where are we going? Where's the way back again? This way?" And she
Yeah,
just kind
this
of
way.
starts walking that way.
Okay. So, all right. So you guys start to walk.
So, Strix, any idea what that bear thing was about?
Uh, it's the woods.
Yeah, but it looks kind of funny.
I never seen one before, honestly.
It looked kind of wavy, like it was like, well, because you did say it looked illusionary, right, Theo?
Yeah, it looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was more concerned with you not falling out of the tree and me having to shoot from upside down if you did.
I don't know. You didn't look like in much condition to do any shooting up there.
Nah, not really. Oh, hey, while we're walking, and Strix is going to regret this very much so later, but he is going to pour some of his gunpowder into a glass vial, shove a piece of cloth into the top, and seal it with soap and hand it to Aurelia.
You're giving her a Molotov?
Oh, this is not a Molotov.
What
It's
is
full
this?
of gunpowder. This is
Oh,
a
it's a
frag grenade.
Oh, it's a literal grenade. Oh, wait. Oh, it's the OG grenades. You're right. I forgot about that.
Yup. That is about 4 shots worth of gunpowder I've given you.
Do you have
Uh,
a particular skill to craft things like this?
I have alchemy and munitions crafting.
So, what is this item called that you made? In
They-
the Pathfinder?
Technically, it would be a smoke satchel.
Smoke satchel. Okay.
Okay. Next time I'll let you. In the future, I'll let you use downtime to create things like that. But it's fine.
Yeah, no, this is not like a creation. This is just improvised. Technically, he is just throwing shit together and hoping it works.
Very goblin.
Yes.
So do you guys wake the fuck up, Arlo?
I mean, Aurelia's just carrying him until he wakes up. But however long that takes.
So Sebastian, you missed the owlbear.
Oh fuck. Already?
Yeah, well, we didn't kill it. We just ran away from it like little bitches.
I see.
Particularly ran up a tree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literal
Hey.
definition of bitch.
Yeah, and because we were so afraid, Strix just shoved some gunpowder and a rag into a bottle and sealed it with a little bit of soap.
That's the rational way to do it. Anything else happen that I missed? I'm sorry for.
Nope,
The owl bear chased some sort of illusionary bear out of its territory. We don't know why there was an illusionary bear in the woods, but we went the other way, obviously, because the owl bear was there.
Okay, cool.
The owlbear kind of went towards where you came from.
Oh, it did? Ah, shit.
Yeah, so we're going the opposite direction.
Okay, so we're going deeper into the woods and hoping to find
Yeah.
the bandits. All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So you guys have come across a very strange little grove. What it looks to
Okay.
be. So there appears to be a huge, like a field. I say huge, but really it's like, it's about like a square couple 100 feet. And there are very, very large shoots of greenery coming out of the ground.
That's not right.
It's definitely like tilled earth.
Are there any objects left around, or is it just the tilled earth?
Just the tilled earth.
Do bandits
nothing-
particularly farm?
Not that I know of. Maybe there was someone here before that got run off the land. But it's weird that the ground would have stayed this way.
Roll a perception.
Oh, I have +4.
That's a 12.
8.
Around some bushes, there is a teeny tiny little, what appears to be a stonish hut.
Made for like a little person or like a little creature?
It comes out to about half of your width, yeah. No, do you want to roll it like an investigation, or again, it's not an investigation, is it?
I think Strix, being the dumb goblin, would just go up and knock on the door.
You hear snoring upon approaching.
It's middle of the day.
And anyone that's proficient with survival would realize this isn't actually a stone hut. It's actually a trap that just didn't work.
Oh.
You put food in the center of it, they go in the center, and then the stone crushes them.
Oh.
So the quote unquote roof is very lopsided.
But there's a door on it now.
Yeah, kind of like a Shrek door. It's a piece of
I
bark.
would definitely knock on the door.
What do you want?
Hey, you seen any bandits around here?
Just you.
I'm not a bandit. I'm an adventurer.
All goblins are bandits.
I am not.
He's just talking from inside, like he's not. Do we know what he looks like?
No. You see one little like draconic looking eye coming out of like the little bit of bark that makes the door. You look like a bandit.
I'm not a bandit. I'm a bona fide adventurer. Got my papers and everything.
Uh-huh.
I actually pull out papers that
Working
literally
for
just
the
says,
man.
"You are an adventurer."
What do you want?
I told you, we're looking for bandits.
Well, look in the mirror.
What are you?
You notice there's some tied up string in the corner. Looks like that's the trigger mechanism that was never actually enabled.
What are you?
We're the most glorious creatures there are. We got treaties.
You're a kobold?
Of course I am.
Ah.
Well,
of
no,
course.
actually I'm not a kobold. People call us kobolds, but really I'm a dragon. Just a small dragon.
I hold up a piece of broken glass. All right, if you can show me where the bandits are, I'll give you this.
Add to my hoard. That away. He points it to the woods.
All right, I hand him the piece of glass.
Pleasure
I
to
don't know
visit
about
you.
this one.
They pointed you. They pointed in the direction you came.
If you want to see something funny happen, pull on that string above your head, and Strix is going to walk off.
Cool guys
Strix,
don't.
his vision has a slight shade of red around his edges as you hear the traps collapse and the kobolds die.
Jesus Christ.
Chaotic neutral.
Strix, make me a dexterity save.
That's an 18.
You fall over as both of like the moment your shoes kind of touch each other in the process of walking, they stick unexpectedly and you fall over.
Ow. Did they tie my shoelaces together?
Your shoelaces are in fact tied together.
I will take the time to untie them and retie them properly.
Hello? Can you guys like help? This stone is heavy.
I couldn't lift it.
Aurelia comes over and picks it up.
Ah, thank you. Very, very glad this very shiny thing protected me. They have a reverse chandelier. I knew it was a defensive mechanism, says the kobold. There are 3 sleeping kobolds. And then one is awake.
Have you seen any other adventurers recently? Not even bandits?
I don't know. You gonna trick me?
I don't know. Are you going to tell us the truth?
I didn't lie. I was just exaggerating my truthfulness.
Yeah. So we'll not exaggerate if you don't exaggerate.
You notice there's like a bunch of random junk, some shiny things, or even like a small silver ring buried inside his little treasure hoard. My treasure.
He doesn't have any. He doesn't have like a gold pouch, I assume, though, right?
He's got a little pouch there.
Um, Aurelia flips him a gold coin then and says, "Here, this to add to your collection of coins."
Ah, thank you. I'm a dragon.
Of
Admire
course
me.
you are.
Do you admire the dragon?
Sure.
Okay.
While this is going on,
very pleasant.
While this is going on, Strix is pulling a face and sticking out his tongue at the kobold.
They stick their tongues back. I'll tell you a secret.
What?
There was one of those guys. You call them bandits. There was one of them.
Where?
East of here.
East of
Slightly
here.
northeast. Along
Isn't
the
that where
trail that way.
Isn't that where we came from?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
It's like east by northeast.
Oh, okay. Aurelia nods and says, "Why, thank you, beautiful dragon."
Yes. Careful though. There's a surprise there. It's not a friendly surprise.
Do you know what kind? Do you know what it is?
He looks left, he looks right, and he kind of like motions you to come closer.
He does. She does so.
He whispers, "It's a sneaky, sneaky thing." He
What
kind of
kind
puts like 2 fingers together and puts it around his face and does like and kind of like chitters them together and makes this face.
Okay.
And you get stuck.
Spider.
And so there's a trap.
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes we
Oh.
give it things. Oh shit. There's a fucking tornado in my area.
Oh
Oof.
yay!
Damn.
Ah, wonderful.
You hate to see that.
Yeah. So he says, sometimes people that are mean to us, we send it over there, we tell them there's a lot of treasure and everything like that. But you're kind of nice, even though your friend is mean. You got any more blocks? You got any more stone? I want a bigger house.
Unfortunately, do not.
Hmm.
But thank you for pointing us in the right way.
You know any
Um,
peoples that have monies? I have lots of other things hidden below. I need monies though. I don't like things. I like money.
You can sell stuff to Oleg.
Where is he?
Points in the direction we came.
How far?
Tomorrow.
He looks at really. Is it tomorrow?
about tomorrow to get there.
Okay. He moves his treasure a little bit aside, and you notice there's like a hole. He starts going into the hole. You start hearing it echoes. Okay, boys, pack up.
All right. So I guess the gang is gonna go into the direction of where they said the bandits were.
Yep.
And once Aurelia is out of earshot, she's gonna activate her magnetic coin.
You fucking bitch. I forgot you had that. It's so fucking mean.
It really is.
Jesus Christ. For the audience, please explain what your coin does.
So I gave him a coin that that basically comes back to me and also brings along a couple other coins from a coin stash that it was with.
That's fun.
Your coin
as long as-
appears, and stuck to the coin are 3 rings.
Oh, so not even coins?
Yeah, they're magnetic rings.
Magnetic
Fucking
rings.
Magnets.
Yeah, rings that
How
are
do they
stuck
work?
like to it like a magnet.
So no coins, just rings?
Yes.
Okay. What are these rings worth? She pulls them off the
There's a
coin.
brass, a silver, and a gold one.
Oh.
There's also a note.
What does the note say?
It is written in a language you're not sure you're quite it is written, okay, so it's written in common. However, it's written kind of like cursive. As in like someone who like knows the language per se, but definitely isn't someone who speaks it natively.
Ah.
And it says be nice.
Oh. Well, they're gonna be happy when I happen to find these and return them to them. Maybe get another favor out of it.
Jesus Christ, you guys are fucking evil this time around.
Just petty crimes. Nothing
Arlo
too
is
serious.
not powerful enough to stop them. He is but a boy.
Gold, silver, and copper ring.
They are unusual rings. They have markings on the inside.
With markings on inside. Okay.
I might have to. Let me
So-
check outside. I might have to fucking call it here.
Oof.
Alright, sounds good.
We'll see.
He's gonna be leaving Texas, baby.
Not in
Uh,
Kansas anymore.
He, Theo isn't the only one suddenly moving.
But I had to represent goblins and kobolds just do not get along.
Yeah.
I just need to double check because we don't get tornadoes here very often, but when we do, they're pretty destructive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense.
Well, I think the party's gonna follow the directions of the kobolds. Gave.
Kobolds. Bilbalds.
Or is he still out there looking?
Yeah, I'm here. Hold on.
Probably.
Man, DoorDash wants me to fucking die.
Does it ask you to go out?
Yeah, it's like, yo, you're busy
They
right now.
would.
Well, yeah, because no, they're dashers and everyone's ordering, so they're like, hey,
Yeah,
we'll
no
pay
one
you
wants to go out and
extra.
get food.
They're like, it's really busy right now. You can dash. You know, there's a massive thunderstorm. We have a fucking. All the lights are gonna be out. We have a fucking tornado coming down. But man, someone really needs their fries.
I
Well,
do need
yeah,
some
you're gonna be
fries.
safe. Tornadoes are only dangerous to houses.
True.
I'm pretty sure they move faster than my shitty car,
Probably.
and I'm betting they have better mileage.
What do you mean? Houses can't move. They're stuck in one spot.
Oh my god, I'm gonna stab you, Arlo.
Just remember, if it looks like it's standing still, it's coming straight
Please,
at
no,
you.
sir.
God appears. I'm gonna stab you because your owner did something dumb. All right. So,
Arlo is a free boy.
Jesus Christ, it is fucking massively thundering. Can you guys hear that?
No.
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 It is.
Discord just works great.
Yeah, it is massively.
No
fucking-
thunder. No thunder, but we could hear your tornado warning.
Yeah, so I'm
Interesting
gonna.
how that
So on
works.
the paint, I'm gonna mark the area there. The mark to your map in the area. Right about there.
Yeah, we're a whole fucking hex away. Wait, which one?
The right circle.
Second. Yeah.
Ah,
They indicate they saw bandits around there, but that's not in the, that is not in the forest. It's like on the edge. It's a lightly forested
this is
area.
where we do. This is where Arlo does a little bit of mental math, triangulating, calculating coordinates. It's gonna be somewhere to like the left, north, like the corner of that hexagon that we're currently in. Top left corner of the hexagon.
So if you guys think it might be in this hex, there are rules that you could search the hex thoroughly to eliminate any possibility that they're in here.
Hey, look, they were seen at the trading post. They were seen at that other dot. You just simply cross-check them where they hit an X, and that looks good.
Yeah.
Theory 101.
Is there a
Let's
cartography
search
skill?
this hex. How do we do it?
Sorry?
Okay. There's actually
Uh,
a rule. It just takes a certain amount of time.
Oh, take 10.
Yes,
More
it would
like
take
take
about
14
6
hours.
hours for you. Since you travel so much, it would take about 6 hours for you to search this area completely.
Okay.
Shit! Did we bring like a tent or something?
Yeah, we did. We bring camp. Part of the adventuring gear is camping gear.
Mm-hmm.
We're
need
we're
tent?
supposed.
I can sell tent.
I don't
Who-
have a fucking tent.
Says the
I
kobold.
have
Oh,
a
a bedroll.
bedroll.
Wait, what kobold?
The kobold.
Oh.
We already
He-
left them. Fuck that kobold.
I didn't know that.
Why did he just suddenly get silent? Took it a little bit personally.
Let's see. Right, 4-person tent, 5 gold pieces. We'll pick up a tent then. We already had sleeping bags, but I guess we didn't have a tent specifically.
Okay, good thing I asked.
Right. I mean, which goblins are used to sleeping anywhere, so
Yeah, we had bedrolls, but not that. So I just added.
By
that
the way,
to-
their name is Slink, Sneak, and Dink.
oh my slink.
All right. So from the kobolds, we bought a tent, I guess.
They set out what essentially is they put out a little sign that has a little wooden sign and it says Slink's Emporium of Excellent Goods.
Wait, is this the
It
same?
is very misspelled.
just to make sure, this is the same kobolds we saw in the
Yeah.
little house earlier.
Yes.
Okay, Aurelia's also gonna be like, hey, look, I also found these rings. I think you guys might have dropped them when the house collapsed. She hands him the rings.
Oh, thank you.
Just doing my part.
She tosses. They toss the rings inside the hole. Um, they have a torch out, kind of because it's kind of getting dark, and you can kind of see there's a reflection of a lot of metal, kind of like a pool, but it's just a collection of like a bunch of like different coins and things like that. Coming kind of on their face. You can kind of see like some like just from the reflection. There's a bunch of different stuff below the hole.
So they got a lot of general goods, is what you're saying?
Yes, and some random items.
You wouldn't happen to have any ruins in there, would you?
Ribbons,
Ruins.
runes. I got some. Hold on. Oh,
We can
like things
actually-
you're gonna fix the weapons, right?
Yeah, like a striking ruin. Those things only cost 65 gold pieces, so it's not too bad.
I got this here thing. It has he puts it up, and this is this, and he points it basically amounts to a great value striking ring.
Great value striking rune? What is a great value striking rune? Is it
Costs
is
5
different than
gold pieces left, and is dubious on whether or not it works.
so it sometimes works? Striking rune?
No, dubious of whether or not it actually is a functioning rune.
Oh.
It's off-brand.
Aurelia will make a check to see if it actually is a rune. I don't think it'd be that hard to identify.
It
Since they're
looks like
pretty
it.
basic. Even without a check, it looks like it is.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. You're like, kind of. You get the same thought of, you kind of feel like they make this thing in the same factory.
What do you guys think? She turns to her teammates. You guys think it's worth it?
Hmm. I don't trust the little. Yeah, I don't trust the little lizards.
And Aurelia says, after I've returned your rings to you, you're not going to sell me something that's bad, are you?
No, it's not bad. It's value. Mm. Okay, fine. I'll throw in this. It's what we call stealth. He puts in a small, oily potion. Look, it won't really, I'm gonna be honest, it won't really work on you. It's designed for shorter people. There's not enough, it starts from the feet, okay? And it only goes up so much.
Half invisibility potion. That's hilarious. Okay.
For full size people. If you're small or if you're small
Yeah.
size, it's a full invisibility potion that lasts a minute.
That's really funny. Okay. Aurelia says, all right, for 5 gold pieces,
Until you cast a spell or attack, by the way.
it's just a normal invisibility spell, yeah.
None of
So,
this boom boom for a minute and can't be seen bullshit.
Aurelia looks at the party. You guys want it? Look to the shorter people in her party, which is I think everyone, but technically only the goblin or the rat man can use it.
I mean, I like to hide in trees and shoot things, so I think I'm good.
It's a salve. You apply it to the body. It is clearly a potion.
Rat man, you want an invisibility potion?
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right. Aurelia tosses them 5 gold pieces for the maybe striking ruin and the half invisibility potion.
Mm. It is in fact a functioning striking rune at the price. They're just throwing in a little bonus.
Oh wow,
So
that is a very value striking ruin then.
yeah, no, it's at the full price. It's just 5 gold off the price. It's
Oh,
5 gold
5 gold
discount.
off. That,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
got it. Okay, I thought it was 5 gold total.
No,
Okay, so
no.
okay, let me
They kind of patiently wait for the additional gold.
yeah. Let me just add. I'm gonna go up to the amount I was at, and then subtract again real quick, so I don't fuck up the math. So it is 60. So minus 60. Adjust. Okay. So she gives him the full 60 gold then.
Now, do you want a bee dragon potion?
B dragon potion.
Be a dragon, yes.
Would it turn me into a mighty kobold?
No. Turn into a dragon. We're dragons.
Yeah, that's what. So it does turn me into a kobold because you guys are dragons.
No, we're dragons, not kobolds. Look, this
Ah.
lets you be a dragon for like a minute.
Hmm.
Lets you breathe like a dragon.
That sounds interesting. Let's grab that too. How much for that one?
Hold on 1 second. I'll give you the price. for that.
Jeez, just spending all the money that we don't have.
Right?
Well, we actually have a lot of money.
Strix is just gonna mutter under his breath
fine
in
a lot.
draconic wannabes.
Well, we had 172. Now we have 112.
They squint at you because they know Draconic.
Oh, I know that was just meant for them, not for the party to hear.
It is 70 gold pieces, but they'll give it to you for 55.
I don't know about that. That might be spending too much of our gold now. But
It is
that's
a dragon's breath potion, essentially.
yeah, still cool. But I think we might want to skip on that one. What do you guys think?
Who needs a potion to breathe fire when I have a spell to do that?
That is true. But
I don't
so
have it yet, but
eventually.
SBD can breathe fire.
Sounds like we'll pass on that. Thank you, kobolds. I think that's all we need for now.
Okay. Now, if you do us a favor, there's
What
something
could-
that they stole from us. The stupid spider. He does the motioning to represent a spider.
The spider?
No. Well, not really. More like possession of stolen goods.
I thought you pointed us towards bandits, not spiders.
No, he said they're near the spider.
Oh, they're near a spider.
Yes. Spider, acquire bandit.
Oh, the spiders got the bandits.
Yes. That bandit
Okay.
has something that they took from us, and we want it back. And I'll
What is
give
it?
you me bestest lucky charm if you get it back.
It sounds like something we can do. What did you lose?
He leans in close. The boot.
The boot. Okay. we can
damn,
get-
not the boot.
It's
we
for
can
my
look for
tail.
the boot. We can look for the boot for you.
Thank you. He gets back down in the hole. Okay, guys, close the closet. As you guys are prepared to leave.
All right.
Yeah.
Feeling pretty good with a brand new spanking new striking rune. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't trust the little wannabe dragons.
She gives the half invisibility potion or full invisibility potion to Ratman. I forgot what your character's name, but she's just gonna keep calling him Ratman.
Nibbler.
Nibbler, that's
Nibbler.
it. Yeah, Nibbler, yeah. And she's calling our goblin Gobby mostly.
That's fine. Strix actually does not mind.
All right. So we venture towards what we assume is the bandit camp plus spider that took it
Yeah.
over.
Okay. So it's going to take you the rest of the evening to get kind of mostly towards there. You could reach there early next evening, but you guys are going to need to camp.
Sounds good. We'll
Yes.
set up camp, I guess.
Woo.
Time to spend some rations.
Yay.
I'm gonna subtract just one ration from that day ration we picked off that leader.
All right. Now we need to roll something. Who would like to roll me a D100?
76.
Ooh.
I didn't actually roll. I just set a number.
God damn it, Arlo. All right, someone roll.
I'm doing it. We got. Oh wait, Google fucked up. I said one D100 and it rolled a D6. Fucking Google. 93.
Arlo Yeah.
We'll take the 93
Yeah.
because high is good.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Was the 45 better?
Oh no. Okay. You guys are sleeping. How you guys? Seem you guys are holding watch, right?
Yeah. I mean, we could decide. I mean, we would probably rotate watch.
So how do you guys have your camp? Do you spend extra time? It take extra time to like put it away and put it up. You could make it in a way that like is a bit more concealed.
Yeah, I think that's
Because
the
this is a
normal way to do it.
wild, untamed area. Just so you guys know, there are chances of encounters that you can have at night and day.
So
So,
yeah, so Aurelia would. I think she's proficient in stealth. I don't know if anyone else is.
Yeah, I'm proficient in stealth. Well,
So-
trained in stealth.
Trained in stealth. Yeah. Sorry. Why don't you make the stealth check then? For hiding the camp.
That's a
Damn.
nat 20 for 28.
Hell yeah.
all right, nice. Okay, so you guys are camped at the edge of a small pond. Because there's occasional things like that here and there. And really, you're kind of like on watch in one of your little one of the goblin-made hidey holes. It's a little like cramped because it's made for like mostly goblin people. But they were like, oh, it's like 1.5 goblins, so that's the size, right? So you're a little bit cramped. And you were about to nose up, and then you kind of got woken up because there's like a flopping of like fish in the brook, and then you see it. 3 hulking shapes at the other edge of the pond. The fish are currently running away because there are 3 giant green-skinned creatures scooping out fish from the pond.
Oh boy. Can I make out
Oh.
what they are exactly?
It's kind of hard to see, but you can roll me a perception check.
Okay, let's see what these eyes do see with my low light vision, but I don't think I have dark vision. I have low light vision, which I assume it would be low light in the moonlight. Let's see. I keep forgetting where this button is. Oh, it's in offense for some reason. Okay.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, it was on 19, then it went to a nat 1.
You kind of had a glimpse of them, and then a cloud obscured from the moon, so you just can't really make out what they are. Whatever they are, they're big.
Oh boy. All right. Aurelia's gonna try to quietly go over and wake everyone up.
So Strix, you kind of just like wake up, and then Aurelia's kind of like covering your mouth, and in the darkness you can see because you have dark vision. She's like,
Yes, I do.
being like, shh. What do you do?
I'm going to take a look, look out at them and see what they are.
Yeah, I mean she'd be pointing towards them too.
Your mouth almost drops. There are 3 goddamn trolls in the other side of the pond.
Oh boy.
Big gobs. No good.
What do you guys do with Arlo?
You sure as shit don't wake him up.
No.
Now you just imagine him like his bones start to shake, and he's like, "Oh no!"
Yeah, Strix
No,
just
he's gonna be
whispers
like-
to her,
No, if he wakes up, it's going to be like, oh, what is it, Miss Aurelia? What do you need? And I'm trying to get me blue to sleep. Looking over at the trolls, dear God.
So there's 3 of them too.
3.
3 trolls.
Oh
Fuck.
boy, that's probably too much for us to handle.
Yeah.
So I probably just want you. So I've got a motion to Strix to just stay low and like I just want him awake to be on watch with me.
By the way,
while all the trolls
the
are here.
way he set up the tent is that the camp is that they're around what appears to be a junk made blind.
Yeah, there's a lot of cattails and tree roots, tree branches.
So yeah, I think we're just gonna keep hiding in the camp, and hopefully the trolls will go away.
One of the goblins is chewing on a fish and stops. Or sorry, not
The
goblins,
trolls.
trolls. And you start sniffing the air.
Oh boy.
Oh no. Lord, what have we gotten ourselves into?
Yeah, I don't know how we could survive this encounter, so I think we just gotta keep quiet for as long as we can here. Especially since there's 3 of them. I think one would be hard for us, honestly, or maybe not
Bet
one. but
force
still.
bolt.
Oh no.
Are you sure?
Trolls and Arlo's not awake.
He's not awake.
Arlo, trolls and
Wakes up,
Pathfinder.
force bolts, goes back to sleep.
I don't know about second edition, but in Pathfinder 1 they had regeneration abilities too. Like every round they got health back. They're pretty tanky. Let's see.
Oh boy.
Unless you deactivated it, so they have like a weakness. I don't know what it is. If
Uh, They are considered half giants, and they are the same as all of them.
Huh.
Hey, they're the same as first edition and 5e.
Okay. Oh, you know what we could do is recall knowledge check to learn a little more about these trolls. That is what you're supposed to do in this. So let's see, recall knowledge. What would that be? Occult for trolls? I actually don't know what trolls would be. Probably occult. I don't know.
Are they considered natural creatures or
Or are they society?
occultist creature? Yeah.
Is it society or I think it's society. I don't think it's natural. I think it'd be occult or society.
Society. Well,
Does-
no, just do a knowledge.
We
nature
live
check.
in
This
one.
is-
Nature check?
Yeah.
All right. That's a flat 14.
That's a flat 9.
Okay. Normally trolls are creatures that are very territorial. They almost never, and I mean with a capital N, never go in groups.
Oh.
The fact that they're here and they're not dismembering each other is highly unusual.
Do we know their weakness by any chance? Do we
You remember a
recall that?
children's tale? Most people would. About how the glorious adventurer stopped the evil troll by burning it with a torch.
Okay. They might not like fire. Fortunately, I don't think I have any fire spells prepared. In case they do happen upon us, but I'm hoping they don't still, because they sound scary.
While crouched and you're looking out there, Strix, you see some more shapes crest a hill. And you hear a voice call out in a large guttural boom, and it says, "There you are, you worthless maggots!" And the trolls turn around. As about a half dozen orcs crest the hill. And they say, "We're not paying you to eat at a pond. We gotta get moving to the Stag Lord."
Oh no.
And do we know the names? We've heard the name Staglord before, right? We heard
Nope.
about. Oh,
First time I ever
I
heard
thought-
it.
I thought you told us the day one that there was like a bandit going around called the Staglord.
Nope. Not that I remember.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, in this, we'll pretend we don't know that then. Okay, so there's someone there's some boss they're trying to get to called the Staglord, and now we know.
Get moving. Once we find that traitor's trash, he spits. You can eat him all you like. I hear he regrows. The trolls start to chuckle a little bit. Come on. let's get moving. And some wargs crest the hill, and the orcs get on top of the wargs. Come on. And they start going into the direction of the southwest.
Oh no.
Well,
Would anyone like to roll me a perception check as they start to mutter in the distance?
yeah, that sounds
Yep.
good to me. Nah, 20. 24.
You blooming
I got a
idiot.
25.
Arlo hears it in his sleep. He dreams of this encounter.
Ah, you moron. We go until we hit the river when you follow it up. I swear. You idiots die so much and you come back, you don't remember anything. Stupid trolls.
Oh, so we got pretty clear directions of how to get to the Stag Lord's base.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When she thinks they're completely out of earshot, Aurelia would whisper this to Strix. Oh, wait, actually, he got a 25 also, so he heard it
Yeah,
too, right?
he heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Does anything else eventful happen this night, or is that, or can we
That's it.
rotate and go back to sleep? Okay. So in the morning, Aurelia and Strix, I would relay this information to Arlo and Nibbler.
Yeah. Big gobs. Big gobs. And the orkies.
Arlo wakes up in the morning. Oh, you wouldn't believe the dream I had last night. There were trolls and orcs. Oh, it was more of a nightmare than a dream.
It wasn't a dream. It was real. There was
Oh.
big gobs and big orkies.
Color draining from his face. Wait, what do you mean? That was just a nightmare.
No.
We didn't actually see any trolls.
Yes.
Yeah, we did. They came on my watch. I woke up Strix. I didn't wake you up, but it seems like you might have half woken up anyway.
Oh Lord. How are we still alive?
Because we didn't wake you up. Didn't want you screaming when you saw them.
Oh, I need another nip.
Well, I'm gonna go catch some fish for breakfast.
Maybe if I go back to sleep, it'll all be a dream and I'll wake up back in my house.
Well, let's see if we could find this bandit clearing that we were looking for first, and then maybe this Stag Lord might be a little above our means at the moment if he hired trolls and orcs for that matter.
Roll me a perception check here, Strix.
Yup. That is a 15.
All right. There it appears to be. There's some piles of like. You swear it was blood, but it's green. And there's multiple piles. It appears that where the trolls were last night, they were injured.
Ah,
Mm.
Given the state
Yeah.
that they were still awake, their regeneration must be what's keeping them alive.
ah.
Because they had a lot of blood.
I'm going. If there's a decent sized puddle, I'm gonna collect some troll blood in a vial.
Survival.
$22.
You managed to find what appears to be like some, like a few rocks are around like a hole, like it were kind of pressed in. It looks like a rock that shattered. But inside the bottom of the fragments of the rock, there's a small pool of troll's blood. You managed to get that. It's not much, but it's a little bit.
It'll help for. I'll do something with this later. It might be interesting. Goblins collect everything.
Well, troll's blood's a legitimate, powerful alchemical.
Oh, I'm
ingredient.
aware.
Yeah.
Dang right, Arlo would want some of that.
Nasty.
Roll me inner
Well, the thing is, you don't really you don't drink it. You kind of put it in some other stuff, some bits and bobs, and you get a little bit of magic to go with it. You don't.
I'm just
No,
talking
I
about
wouldn't
getting it on
drink
your
it.
hands when you're gathering it. You wanna
Well,
drink-
yeah, no,
What?
I wear gloves.
Miss Aurelia, why would you be grabbing it with your hands?
By the
well,
way,
even if you bottle it up.
Yep.
You would
there
I guess
use
in
the
the
made
pool
bottle.
of blood, there's something strange going on. There's a little bit of a well, as you get it like kind of like in the vial, you notice there's some kind of black suspension in the blood, and it starts to
Hmm.
coalesce and move around like a teeny tiny little serpent.
You said Arcana check.
Yep.
Oh, these trolls had worms. They need to go see their oncologist.
17.
It's some kind of the spawn of some kind of parasitical creature.
Hmm.
Something that lives in the body or lives in the blood or something like that, but you've never heard of anything like that. Whatever it is, it's definitely bad news.
I will take it to Arlo and Aurelia and hey, look, I got troll blood, but there's worms in it.
I guess Aurelia will make a Arcana check then.
You'll get pretty much the same information.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's not really that much available. You've never really heard of anything that can a parasite that lives in blood.
Sounds like you guys probably should not be touching that. Even more so. Very gross.
You see Strix is wearing like those yellow dishwashing gloves that on most people goes up to their elbows, except for on him it goes up to his shoulders.
You could theoretically purify the blood source by running it over some heat and then killing whatever is in there. In theory.
Yeah, but that's cringe. Drink it wholesale.
I ain't gonna drink it. I'm gonna work with it and maybe turn it into a boom. Can't drink it, troll's blood. You wanna die?
I don't think you want me to answer that, Strix.
Probably not. Also, with Strix's little foray into trying to catch fish, he smells better than he has in a week.
Well, I appreciate you at least smelling a little better, Strix, after your bath.
Let's go.
All right, onwards. So we're going in the way of we were originally going, not towards the Stag Lord.
Okay. So are you heading like? Cause you guys were heading east, right?
Towards the spider nest, I
Gotcha.
believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it's like an early afternoon. Not much really happens. You're kind of like you came across a couple of game trails. You're like, okay, well this is like kind of like a looks like some bear tracks, but they're kind of old. Um, you know, like bears rarely come out in the plains like this that much. That's kind of unusual, but relatively uneventful until you reach the edge of a small thicket where the webs begin to really take hold.
I suggest we just twang a couple strands and wait and see what happens. And I will be very far away at the top of a tree.
That's not a bad
Arlo
idea.
already caught in a spider's web.
He's got some small spiders crawling on him.
Wait, for reals, or are you? Are you gonna roll for that?
Strix is already afraid just because of the natural predator of goblins is spiders, giant spiders.
Huh. I guess that's true.
There appears to be a very large, kind of like a dying tree. And from the tree is a huge looking cocoon thing. It's like the size of a horse.
Aurelia's going to, not getting any closer, going to pick up a rock and use it as a with telekinetic projectile to hit the cocoon to see what happens.
Oh, do not hit the eggs.
Oh, is that an egg sac? You can
Well, no,
stop her from doing this.
I'm just saying. I hope you don't hit the egg sac, because that would be bad.
I assume a cocoon. Well, I guess it could be an exec. That would not be great. I don't have AOE spells yet.
But you know, Strix is up a tree at this point.
That's a good point. Does Arlo
do
have any AOE
do you,
spells?
do you knock down the cocoon?
I think she's
Uh,
trying to get the attention of the spider. Is what she's mostly trying to do. She wasn't necessarily trying to
Is
poke the nest.
is Ray of Frost considered a AoE?
No,
What about Grease?
kind of. Yes.
Technically, yes.
I don't know if
That's
it
the
works in
best I
spiders.
got.
I don't think it works in spiders though.
Well, I didn't prep my spells for spiders. I have color spray and mage armor.
Well, we did just
That's
take a
it.
long rest after knowing there was a spider. To be fair.
Okay, well, let me rephrase that. I don't have spells for spiders.
Ah, okay. Oh, I guess I have burning hands. I guess that actually could work.
You see kind of like a funnel shape, kind of at the heart of the tree.
Funnel shape. Hmm. Okay, new plan. I use telekinetic pebble or projectile at just the tree, the trunk of the tree. Just give it a little poke. How about that, guys? Does that sound better?
Eh.
We just want to see where this danger is and not fall into any traps, basically. Okay, so spell attack roll against the tree is 23 to hit.
You hear screeching, like a hissing.
great.
Does anything come out of the tree?
No.
No way you want to try and talk to the spiders. They're spiders. We don't speak spider.
We're not trying to talk to him. We're trying to kill him, aren't we?
The bandits.
The bandits are
What?
probably dead.
Yeah, what beef do we have with the spiders?
Well, they're they're monsters in the woods that we have claim over, aren't they?
Are they trying to kill us right now?
Oh, they might they might try to kill other people who come through our lands.
You hear from a distance, the kobold wanted us to get us something from the spiders that a bandit had.
That too. We also have a quest that we need to probably get past the spiders to do that.
Arlo is gonna just say, you know, it's not very nice to call me a scaredy cat, Miss Aurelia.
I didn't say those words. Those are your words, not mine. She shoots another telekinetic
You-
projectile at the
You-
trunk. 17 to
You're
hit.
now you're not being very nice. You're gaslighting me now too.
Some of the trunk begins to bark and begins to move, and you see like a very large amount of black and red flesh hidden within the trunk.
Gabi, do you have any fire bullets? Can you light the tree on fire?
I don't have any components for that.
Really,
I just
a
got the
dex
stuff
save.
to make my ammo.
Oh boy. Dex save.
Yeah, right now the only formulas I have, because I haven't unlocked the advanced alchemy stuff, other than I can make the troll
11.
the troll bombs, but I can make black powder and I can make my rounds.
Okay. Yeah, only 11 on the reflex save.
A huge beam of web comes out from the bottom of the tree and wraps around your arm and starts to yank. You fall
Okay.
you fall on your back and you're dragged 5 feet.
Oh boy.
Could
Couldn't make an athletics pull to try to not get pulled.
That you failed your save.
Oh, I
roll
just
me,
I was just
roll me
thinking
an
to get hit.
acrobatics.
That's fair. 14.
You get pulled another 5 feet.
Oh boy.
Ooh,
You're only
I
10 feet
told
away
you
from the
this was a
front.
bad idea.
Can I try to cut it with my sword? With my other arm?
I rolled to hit with disadvantage. DC 12.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Disadvantage. How do I roll this? Roll. Oh, that's what. Okay. Oh boy, got a 10 on my disadvantage roll.
Oh no.
Your sword, like, doesn't manage to cut through, but you don't get it stuck in the web either.
Okay.
Out comes the
Help!
spider, and it makes an attack against you. Oh my god, I'm sorry. A natural 20.
Oh no.
God damn. Well, is it natural crit on 20, or do they have to still get higher than 10? I forget.
That's a good question. I don't know in Pathfinder 2.
Yeah, I
I
forget they
think
have
it's
to get
based
plus
on just
10.
10 or more, is it?
I
I
think
believe
so, but I'm not
so.
sure.
Double check for me.
I'm doing that now because I have a AC of 19, thankfully, if that is how it works. Oh, it's both. God damn it.
Oof.
It's both.
Okay, well, that would be 2d10 plus 3.
Oof.
4, 1. That's not bad.
I'm
So it's
just fairly healthy.
8
Like in terms of
damage.
like,
You also
oh,
need to
not bad
make
at all.
me a saving throw.
Which one?
Poison.
And Constitution, yeah.
Okay.
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
Yeah.
Nat 20 on that one. Thank God.
It
Okay.
manages to give you a
wow.
good bite, but it gets stuck kind of in the leather. It hurts like a bitch, but it doesn't manage to actually get any poison in you, and it retreats back. As it retreats back into its hidey hole, like your sword like kind of like weakened it enough where like you broke free.
Are we rolling for initiative now, or are we?
It hasn't yet. It tried to like get you, but no, not quite yet.
Okay. Hmm. Am I still outside the tree?
Yes, you're about 10 feet away.
Okay.
You're
Aurelia's
sticking
gonna
on
start.
web, so now you're in difficult terrain for 5 feet. But
Okay, that's fair. So Aurelia's gonna start backing up, so she's gonna move extra slow backwards towards her party because she doesn't want to take her eye off where the spider came from.
You'll.
And trying to debate if I wanted to drink this health potion or not. I think I'm not going to. I just need to cast a spell and then I can get temp HP per round, but I need to cast a spell first.
Strix, are you still on the tree?
Yes.
You see a bit of movement underneath the web. It appears as another entrance. As it opens and begins to start shoot and you see it pop up, and it's like ass kind of moves forward, about to spray some web.
At who?
I'm going to covering fire.
Roll the hit.
This is not a roll to hit. I am firing wildly. You
Oh.
lay down suppressive fire to protect allies by forcing foes to take cover from your wild attacks. Make a firearm or crossbow strike, which I'll roll to hit. Target must decide before you roll your attack whether it will duck out of the way.
It will not duck out of the way. Roll to hit.
I have. It's being slow. That is a 29.
Okay, that hits.
Did this thing like pop up behind Aurelia? Is that what happened?
Yeah,
Got a
pops
little
up behind Aurelia, and
Oh,
now
okay.
it gains now you gain advantage on your save. Roll a
Yep.
dex save.
a
So-
reflex save.
If it
Yeah, reflex.
does not duck, it takes a
Let's see.
-2 circumstance penalty to ranged attack rolls until the end of its next turn.
Okay, but this is technically a spell, right? Like,
Yes.
oh my fuck! I got 11 again.
You see really your other arm gets stuck in your leg. She just starts like screaming a little bit. All right. Here's a question: do you guys want to roll initiative, or do you want to call it here?
I think I'm fine with calling it here.
I'm fine
Okay.
with calling it here, and we can pick up the combat next time.
Sounds good.
With Aurelia's like left arm now in webbed?
Yeah, I could actually participate next time. I'd like to be here.
And it'd be cool. It'd be cool if someone freed me on initiative.
Yeah.
I would
It
like
has
to actually.
drug you. You're now prone and it's drug you 5 foot. By the way.
Sounds good. I would like to actually fight it rather than just keep getting
Yeah.
flung around. So,
Okay, so what was you guys' favorite part?
Fucking with the kobolds.
the the owlbear, honestly.
The owlbear.
The owlbear is fucking funny.
Yeah, the Alper's oblivious. It ate some berries, you know.
Yep. It creates some good tension.
It really did.
I rolled really low for its perception. It had a plus 11.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, after my Bon Mot, it had a 9. Not that helped much.
It did. It matched. It sort of beat his perception.
Oh,
His
great.
perception. His like stealth. So. Yeah. So what did we call the session?
Oh, the tangled webs we weave.
What spiders? Why does it always have to be spiders?
It doesn't always have to be spiders. Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. And I hope you all have a wonderful day.